you're looking through a telescope. You see where you're gonna be.
Hey everybody, my name is Keita Joy, your favorite success coach and motivational speaker. And my goodness, I absolutely love how God will speak to me and help me grow in certain areas of my life. So late last night, I was talking to my husband and I was talking to him about some business opportunities that were presenting itself and how finally one of them was working out. And he said, the reason why it's working out is because you were persistent. And it hit me how important it is for all of us to remain persistent. So I'm big on words. I'm very simple. I like one word that I can focus on, meditate on, review the definition, all of that. So the word for me today was to be persistent, and I wanted to share that with you. No matter what area of your life you are in, and if you want to see success in that area, you have to be persistent. You have to be. I realize that a lot of times so many people fail in an area, not because they're not talented or have the qualifications, but simply because they weren't willing to be persistent. They weren't willing to go the extra mile. They decided that they were going to settle for the word no. And when I thought about that, I thought about Steve Harvey and an episode that I watched not too long ago when he had Jennifer Hudson on his show. I love her. So I'm watching the show, and Jennifer Hudson talks about how she's been able to achieve success over the years. And she said something that I would never forget. She said, I don't care how many no's I receive, because for every no, I know that eventually I will receive a yes. And so she doesn't care how many people tell her no, because long as she knows that God put this passion and purpose on her heart, eventually a yes will appear. And so I just want to encourage all of you today that in your quest for success, and remember, success is relative. It's not about money. It's simply about doing the things that God put on your heart. That is success. Owning up to that and living out the life that God has called you to live. And in order to do that, you have to be persistent. That is your success. So along this journey, everybody may not understand your purpose. Everybody may not receive your purpose well initially. And a lot of times you might get turned down. But I encourage you, for every no that you receive, trust in God, build up your faith, and keep being persistent. Know that eventually that yes is coming. It's going to come. So my word for today, and hopefully your word also, is the word persistent. Don't give up. Continue to persevere. And one of my amazing sayings that I love to say that encourages me so much is to kick fear down with faith and walk in your purpose. And that's what I want you to do. Walk in your purpose. But in order to do that, you have to be persistent. And in order to be persistent, you have to remember your why. Why are you doing what you're doing? Your why has to be deeply rooted within your heart. And if you remember your why, that will help you when you hear those no's. So every time you hear somebody say no, no. And no's come in different forms and fashions, don't they? Sometimes somebody's supposed to call you back and they don't. Or you get that politically correct email basically turning down your idea, okay? We all have gone through something in some type of similar situation. It requires you to be persistent. And even though you hear that no, remember your why. Your why will help you to be persistent. So for me, I'll tell you my why. My why as a coach and speaker is to empower, enrich, and encourage as many people as possible to live successful, personal, and professional lives full of joy and purpose. So every time I hear a no, I remember my why. I remember my why, and my why motivates me to be persistent and keep going, to keep pursuing my purpose, not to stop. So maybe for you, it could be in your marriage. Be persistent. Don't give up. Keep working on it. Even if it seems like it's not a quick fix, keep working on it. Maybe it's this new book that you're getting ready to launch, or a new product or service. And it's just such a hard process. Maybe certain people that you wanted to collaborate with, they don't want to. Don't settle for no. Continue to be persistent and don't give up. So that is my word for you. I pray that you have an amazing day today, walking in your purpose and being persistent.